Hey guys, I want to show you something I think you're going to really enjoy. A number of years ago, I studied this book by a guy named Neil Rackham. He wrote a book, I think it was written in the mid-'80s and it's still in print. It's a sales book of all things. It seems like sales books kind of come in and go out of fashion every few years, but this one's really kind of made the long haul. And it's a book called Spin Selling, and you may have read it at some point. Maybe you've gone through some training on it. I mean, it's been around for a while. I personally have integrated this model just in my communication when I'm selling or when I'm engaging prospects or clients with business. It's an absolutely terrific model. And the reason is because there's no real gimmicks to it. There's no hard close. There's none of that stuff. It's truly an organic and very conversational style of engaging somebody to see if there's a fit for what you do and for what they need. And I want to walk you through this acronym of what SPIN means. So, if you're in sales, I think this will be a great tool for you, particularly if kind of things are tight right now and you find yourself kind of struggling a little bit. Maybe this approach might be helpful. It takes a little bit of practice because, like I said, it's conversational, it's very natural. And it's not always directly selling a product or a service. Sometimes it's if you're just trying to influence somebody towards something. I think this model could be very helpful as well. So let me show it to you real quick. It's just going to take a couple minutes, but I think you're going to enjoy this. The first thing that Rackham talks about is you want to take the time to understand the situation. So this is where you're just going to be asking some questions and really listening to kind of what the background information is, what's going on, what are the issues that they're dealing with, kind of what's the year been like, what are they projecting forward. It's just really getting a sense of the situation that they're going through with their own business, with their own products, with their own services that they're offering. And it's just taking the time to listen. Now, a lot of times people will stay in this section way too long. You don't need to stay there too long, just long enough to be able to get a good sense of kind of what's going on and what kind of some of the needs might be. Then you want to move into the problem section. Sometimes the person might just offer some of the problems that they're having to you. They might just say, you know what, here are one or two or three things that we're really kind of challenged with or struggling with. If they do that, it's a total gift. That's fantastic. If they don't, then you want to be able, along the conversation, to be able to extract some of those problems. You might want to even suggest possibly, hey, considering this is what you guys are kind of going through right now, or considering this is what's going on in the market right now, would you say this is an area that you guys have been kind of challenged in? And see if you can get them to acknowledge some of the issues, some of the problems that maybe they're facing. So this is where you're going to get a little bit more clarity now about kind of where the pain points are. This next one now is critical. This now is the part where you're going to try to not exaggerate the pain, but you're going to draw out the pain. You're going to try to show the implications of their problems. In other words, if these are the problems, then as you see it, these seem to be some of the implications they might be dealing with. And if they don't solve the problem, these implications potentially could grow, and these things could fester into a whole nother set of problems that they really don't want to deal with or face. And this is a really important section of this model because this is where you maximize, in a sense, the pain point. Because if they don't do something about it, if they delay, if they avoid, if they ignore, these problems are just going to continue to fester and grow, and the implications are going to grow, and it's going to morph potentially into other problems as well, which then leads finally to what Rackham calls the need payoff. In other words, if you could provide a solution to their needs that would pay off for them, would they be interested if you could actually solve one or two or more of the problems that they're addressing? And so if your solution or your product or your service that you offer can effectively reduce the problem or even get rid of the problem they're dealing with and the implications they're having to manage and deal with, then that person is going to really consider what it is that you have to offer. It's a terrific model, taking the time to understand the situation, allowing the problems to surface, make the implications stand out more so that they're very clear on what the implications are and what the future implications might be. And finally, How do you connect what you do as a need payoff for their problems? Practice this. See how well this goes in just a natural, organic conversation. If you do that, I promise you, it's not going to sound salesy at all. It's going to sound like you genuinely care and that you truly want to help them alleviate the problems that they have because of a solution that you have to offer them.